And here we go. Welcome back to another awesome, exciting episode of Movie Merc, your go to spot for deep dives into the best stories on screen. I'm the host with the most Parzival. I'm really sorry for the absence of my videos and the gaps here in my videos. I took a break for my birthday in early December and through the holidays, but this tonight cannot wait. Cannot wait. With that being said, tonight we're tackling one of the most epic sci-fi horror sagas in our lifetime, I would think. I would consider Stranger Things, with the finale dropping tonight, December 31st, 2025. Happy New Year's, by the way, everyone. Way to start out the new year with some recapping every season from Stranger Things, from season 1 to tonight's season 5 heart-wrenching gut punch of a conclusion. So buckle up, because we're going in depth on the plot, the characters, the story arcs, and some wild behind the scenes facts. I'll keep it short as I can, entertaining, emotional, and fun. So if you're new here, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's flip the world upside down. First off, big shout out to the masterminds behind this epic tale, the Duffer Brothers, Matt and Ross. These twin geniuses started making short films just in their backyard, drawing inspiration from the classics and the masters of the 80s, like icons like Steven Spielberg, Stephen King, and John Carpenter. Now, they pitched Stranger Things 15 times, originally called Montauk, but they pitched this series 15 times to all these different networks. All said no because it started kids. They felt like it was too risky at the time. Netflix jumped in, saved the day, and with thanks to producer Sean Levy, and boom, a cultural phenomenon was born in 2016. The Duffers crafted a love letter of 80s nostalgic blending horror, adventure, heart, with themes of friendship and loss and fighting the unknown. They even draw from real life conspiracy theories like the Montauk Project and MK Ultra from the lab experiment. Now, fun fact here, they storyboard every season meticulously, sketching the upside down creatures and gate openings like comic book panels to keep all the visuals epic and very consistent throughout all the seasons. Now, let's deep dive into the story arc season by season. We'll hit the major plot beats, key characters, and those emotional gut punches that make Stranger Things unforgettable. Starting with season 1, 1983, the disappearance that started it all. We all remember this, little Will Byers. We kick off in Hawkins, Indiana, a sleepy town hiding dark secrets at Hawkins National Laboratory. The plot revolves around 12-year-old Will vanishing after a D&D game with his buddies. He's yanked straight into the Upside Down, a toxic parallel dimension teeming with monsters. Enter 11, a shaved head kid with telekinetic powers who escapes the lab where Dr. Martin Brenner has been experimenting on her like she's been some little bald lab rat girl thing. She teams up with Will's friends, Mike Wheeler, the sensitive leader, who's instantly smitten with Elle, Dustin Henderson, the curly haired comic relief with a heart of pure gold, and Lucas Sinclair. Now, he's the skeptical voice of reason of the group, right? Meanwhile, Will's mom, Joyce, Winona Ryder, she goes full Mama Bear, stringing up Christmas lights to communicate with her lost son like some weird light up Morse code. It's pretty iconic. Now, enter Chief Jim Hopper. He starts as a grumpy, donut munching cop, grieving his daughter's death, but evolves into a hero. Teens like Nancy Wheeler, Mike's sister, and Jonathan Byers, Will's brother, all jump in and hunt the monster after it kills Nancy's friend, Barb. Really touchy subject. R.I.P. Barb. Justice for Barb. R.I.P. Hashtag it. The storyboard here sets up the show's core. Kids on bikes versus the government conspiracies, and the Demogorgon, a flower-headed nightmare of a creature thing. Emotional high here. The finale where Elle sacrifices herself to destroy the Demogorgon. She disappears into a burst of energy. And Mike's heartbroken. He promises to take her to the snowball. It's tears. It's very open-ended. Cliffhanger. Is Elle alive? We see Hopper leaving Eggos in the woods. Eggo my Lego. Lego my Eggo. Hinting that she's still out there. It's very ambiguous, genius, and leaves us hooked. Rating from season 1 alone to 9 so far. Season 2, 1984, Shadows and Possession. Now, a year later, the Upside Down's not done. Will's back, but he's haunted by the visions of the Mind Flayer, a massive spider-like looking shadow monster pulling strings like a puppet master. The plot thickens with the Demo Dogs, baby Demogorgons manifesting through Hawkins via underground tunnels. Elle, now hiding with Hopper as his adopted daughter Jane, trains her powers but sneaks out for that awesome, epic Chicago emo road trip with her sister Callie. Callie, however you want to pronounce it. Meet Max Mayfield. She joins the party as the tough skater girl, sparking romance with Lucas and tension with Elle. The story arc here ramps up with the horror possessed with Will drawing maps of the tunnels, all possessed like. Poor Sean Astin, R.I.P., decoding them. He is eventually eaten by the Demodogs, R.I.P., in a heroic sacrifice that still hurts. Steve Harrington levels up from jerk to jock, babysitter extraordinaire, wielding his nailed baseball bat like a Negan boss from hell. The Duffers storyboarded the Mind Flayer as a Lovecraftian entity influencing everything from crop rot to Will's true sight. Now, emotional gut punch here. Will's exorcism scene, where the group burns the Mind Flayer out of Joyce's desperation, is raw. And Elle is closing the gate here. Badass. But Hopper's dad vibes shine through. Ends with the snowball dance, sweet and hopeful, but the Mind Flayer looms in the Upside Down. Season 3, 1985. Mall and Rats. Mind games here, people. Summer vibes turn sinister when the Soviets opening a gate under the Starcourt Mall. Can't make that up. The Mind Flayer returns, flaying people like Max's stepbrother Billy, played by Dacre Montgomery, into a gooey army. Kids spy on no Russians. Hopper and Joyce flirt a little bit, while kidnapping defector Alexia Alex. Elle loses her powers after an overexertion, and yeah, the characters evolve from Robin. She joins in. Steve Scoop slinging sidekick, coming out in a heartfelt bathroom scene. Erica Sinclair, Lucas's brother and sassy sister, steals a bunch of these scenes. Nancy and Jonathan go investigate some journalism mode, and they're doing their thing. Storyboard highlights here include the massive Mind Flayer monster MASH at the mall. Practical effects mixed with CGI for that 80s feel. I mean, it was horrifying. It was pretty cool, though. My emotional peak here. Billy's redemption. Sacrificing himself to save Elle. His tearful sorry hits hard. And Hopper's death letter to Elle. Sob City, ladies and gentlemen. But he's still alive in Russia, setting up the next arc. Now, Season 4, 1986. Vecna's Curse. Hawkins faces Vecna, revealed as Henry Creel, number 1, the lab's first psychic kid turned villain. He murders via psychic visions, targeting traumatized teens like Chrissy. Chrissy, we don't like that. Chrissy, wake up. You know that song. Plot splits Elle into California, reliving traumas to regain powers. Hopper, still in Russia, now in prison. The Hawkins crew, now with Eddie Munson. Love him. Metalhead, he's a rocker. He's forming the Hellfire Club to fight back. He's doing what he can. Key arcs here. Max running up that road and run up that hill to escape from Vecna. Kate Bush forever. Eddie leads as the misunderstood outcast. Now, the Creel house here with the vines and the clock symbolizing time manipulation. Huge hit at the very end. Emotional crusher here. Eddie's death. R.I.P. R.I.P. That guitar solo though, in the upside down shredding Master of Puppets to distract the demo bats. Badass. Epic. Hashtag epic. But when he stays behind getting mauled, not so epic. It was very sad. Devastating, in fact. Dustin's breakdown telling his uncle pure heartbreak. The gang barely stops Vecna from merging with Worlds here, but Hawkins cranks it up. Happy New Year's, by the way, guys. Season 5, 1987 to 1989, the final crawl. The finale season split into drops. The epic closer tonight. Hawkins is quarantined. Gates pulsing with the upside down spores. Vecna plots. Henry kidnaps these kids like Holly Wheeler into his mindscape, a twisted 1950s dream world called Camazotz. The gang does crawls here into the abyss to try to hunt him, battling possessed children and the Mind Flayer's true form. Well, they're trying to save the possessed children. But the characters that shine here, really, you guys, are Elle. She teams up with Callie. Their psychic powers combined with Will's new psychic powers is just amazing. Joyce beheads Vecna at one point with an axe. Holy shit. Saying, you fucked with the wrong family. Badass. I mean, Dustin, Lucas, Nancy, Jonathan, Robin, Nate are all awesome here in this final battle. It is a ground and air assault. The story is amazing. The right side up is destroying itself. The Mind Flayer is collapsing to death. The upside down, everything is being flipped on its end, and we're all just along for the ride. The emotional finale here, Elle stays behind to seal the wormhole, sharing the void. This last final goodbye to Mike, but it's open-ended. Did she die, or did she survive? Callie's illusion. The Duffer Brothers leave it open-ended, ambitious here, saying if she lived on, they lived on through everyone's hearts. In the last final D&D game, everyone hints that she could have escaped, but is it real, or is it just Mike's coping with a dream? It's chills. It is an amazing show, you guys. From season 1 all the way till tonight. I hope that I covered as much as I could. I hope I made it make sense. I try to touch base on things from each of the seasons. Overall, from me to you, from my heart, goes out to the whole cast, goes out to the Duffer Brothers, out to Netflix, Sean Levy, all the actors, all the actresses. I'm going to give it a solid 9.8 out of 10 because it is great. I've been watching it from years. It has helped spark ideas in my own mind being a writer. So I'm just very thankful that we got to finish this New Year's with such an awesome, epic story. Thank you, Duffer Brothers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it didn't feel too rushed. I did try to get everything together as I could. I've been writing for the last couple of days, trying to rewatch the series, and then tonight I watched the last 2 episodes, the 2 hours. Well, I watched about 4 hours of it, so back to back, and took more notes and whatnot, try to get some key points. It was overall emotional. It was great. It was heartfelt. You really felt the ending for it, though. Amazing story, amazing tale. Thank you, Duffer Brothers. Thank you guys for being here with me. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. And tell me what you think in the comments. I love you guys so much. Happy New Year's from the bottom of my heart to you guys. I'll be seeing you guys around pretty soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.